Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the RealNex webinar series. Today we'll be talking about persuasive presentations, taking all the data that you have, all the information that you have in your CRM, and feeding it seamlessly into Market Edge to create incredible flyers, one-pagers to multi-page brochures, BOVs with all the financial implications and comps to analyze properties, proposals, offering memorandums, and we've got something new as well, which we'll be releasing next week, which will be a full library of templates that'll have all of these different document sets by property type. So everything you need for office, multifamily, industrial, hospitality. Could be a sale, leaseback, or development project. All of the pages that you need to put in and create an incredible set of presentation materials. So really excited to be with you today. I'm Jeff Finn, CEO at RealNex. We're thrilled with the progress and the tools that we've built and how everyone's using it to win business and close deals with our powerful presentation materials. Matt Smith, head of National Business Development, is going to walk you through and showcase some of the final product and then work with you and show you how to put it all together so you can make these your own. Matt, take it away.
Fantastic. So by popular demand, I'm going to walk through this much slower than I normally do because we're taking everything in bite-sized chunks. We really decided that we wanted to have these micro sessions so we can get some great takeaways instead of having to run through a deal cycle in 15 seconds like the Micro Machine guy back in the early 2000s there. So if you're part of RealNex, thanks for being part of us. Your feedback is important. It's what makes this better. If you're not part of RealNex, get a presentation with one of the local reps. We're here to help you win business. And that's one of the things that we really want to let you know is, you know, we're not just a software provider. We're part of your team. We're part of your company. We're part of your group. And we're going to show you how to get amazing outputs today on this persuasive presentations. And how can you use these? I had a client come in my office just this last week, and she's going out canvassing. And this Lake Mead office building is my building here. And as she's canvassing, she's filling in all the properties in the local market directly from her iPad out in the field. And I'm like, well, how cool would it be to utilize this as a beautiful presentation, a one-page flyer, or a nice leave behind? And look how easy it is to do. This was something that we were able to create in about 30 seconds. And what we did is it took the picture directly out of the CRM, took the information out of the CRM, and then any other detailed information or other brokers I wanted to add, I can easily add it to it. So again, this is things you can do. And here's just a one-page example. Now, obviously, you're going to have your colors. If you're part of a corporation, we can have your branding, and it will have your logo instead of your company here. So if you're part of, you know, CBRE, KW, EXP, or your own independent brand, you can have these all branded for you. So here's just one simple flyer page that you can go ahead and create. And let's go into different asset classes because you can use this for land. You can use this for development. You can use this for office. We can use this for a sale leaseback. Maybe you want to do a lease first buy. And we have many different pages that you can choose from. And as I go through this, you'll see some of the different cover pages that I chose. This one here has 2 photos, and it has going to be your property description. And then again, it's going to have the information on here. Each one of these pages, you have the ability to draw on and do some other things. And I will go back and actually show you how to create one of these from the beginning. As Jeff mentioned, many hours and days were spent creating these beautiful templates that we're going to be releasing soon, that is going to have things like sale leaseback office, or it's going to have broker opinion of value retail, and it creates the property the sections for you. It's going to create the graphs for you. It's going to create the charts for you, and then these are able to be printed out in a PDF. They're also able to be done in a digital PDF, which is like a flip book. So if I had my speakers on, you'd hear some sound. And then we have a lot of customizable pages within here, including location maps with the logos, right? So a set of your company information. So here's part of a broker opinion of value, and it's going to give you your valuation. It's going to give you your stabilized income, and it's going to give you that information along with your branding. And as I show you from, you know, a quick flyer to a broker opinion of value to a full offering, you're going to be able to take it through that whole process. So I'm showing you a different examples that are within inside of our program, but you are going to be able to take it from an initial flyer of meeting the client to a evaluation, to a listing presentation, to a marketing package. And the only thing you're going to be doing is maybe adding some additional data. And then you're going to be going through our template library here, and you're going to switch it from, hey, let's just go from a one-page meet me to a broker opinion of value to a listing presentation to an offering memorandum. But it's going to be the same information. It's going to be the same output. It's going to see the same photos. So you're not duplicating any of that information, and streamlines your process drastically. I hear from large corporations with huge marketing budgets and teams and icons and photo libraries that they have 2 to 3 week sometime turnaround in order to get an offering memorandum. And this program is going to put this together for you, from detailed demographics for 1, 3, and 5 mile radius to business mapping here with the icons that you can shrink. You can even group the icons. So if there's multiple icons, you can zoom in and out of the maps and show different maps. Maybe there's a capital improvement as it needs a new roof, and we want to show those expenses on there. You can do that. Who's familiar with a pro forma? You can do just a simple pro forma like this. Now, most pro formas, you probably get an email, don't show a downside, but hey, I want Jeff to sell his property, so now I can show Jeff, a downside in the market and show him how he's losing his equity and use the pro forma for that. Your sales comps pull in from your CRM program, so there's no duplication of entry there. And all this is going to seamlessly get put together like you spent 2 weeks doing it, that you're doing it in, a couple hours, a couple minutes, depending on how much information. And then if there's stuff that we don't have within inside of our program, so maybe you want a walk score or something that's not built into our program, or maybe you want some kind of bio about you and your history and your kids and your family and your dog, and it's just not in RealNex, you can upload a PDF right into this program, and it will form fit in there too. But look at this: operating income analysis, equity versus debt. None of this is made in InDesign. RealNex makes it all for you automatically right in here. You can also hyperlink into these PDFs and the digital PDFs to take you to a drone flyer, to take you to a VR tour, to take you back to a private secure war room, or any of that other things that you want to have it taken to. So how do we get to this beautiful presentation that you have right now? Well, one of the ways is to log into RealNex. In the upper right hand corner, you're going to see a magical button that says guide me. We've taken the time stake, the time to value, and we've really just pumped it up. And the way we've done that by creating A, an easier to use program, and then B, we've created these guide me's. Now, a guide me is going to walk you through how to create a whole package. Jeff was with me in Orlando when, during my presentation, I picked a volunteer that's never used our program, had her come up and finish my presentation while I stood in the background, and they were able to complete my complete presentation just by following the on-screen questions and the navigation through there. So if we want to create a multifamily package or flyer, office industrial, or any commercial package, you can simply select guide me and say create new property, and it's going to walk us through how to create a property. Now, I'm not going to go through that whole step by step. It's something you can do on your own time. But again, you're just going to select it. You're going to put in here your property name, property type, what kind of template. Do you have a template you're working on? Maybe it's a flyer. Maybe it's one of those templates that Jeff said he worked tirelessly for to create for you. And then is it going to be a simple presentation and flyer? Is it going to be a rent roll showing available spaces? Is it going to be a full-blown financial analysis and a discounted cash flow? Who knows? And if you want to skip this step, if you're using our CRM, you simply hit Analyze Market. If you're using Marketplace, open the property inside of Marketplace, hit Edit, and hit Analyze, and it will take all your information from Marketplace and dump that right into our program, and it will create the property for you. It'll also bring over the pictures and the detailed information, including the rent roll if you have it. Now, once that opens up, it's going to take you to the next step, and then the next step, and the next step. Well, what if I was, working on this package and I, had to go to lunch, or it's the end of the day, I didn't have any more time. How do I pick up where I left off? simply go right into Guide Me, go to your commercial package, and I left off on the property page and select the property page. And this is going to talk you to things like the address. Now the address is going to automatically geocode. Well, wait, hold on a second. I use land. Oh, great, no problem. You can use a latitude and longitude. That way we can go ahead and get the right demographics as well as the right mapping for you. So you can go ahead and geocode the locations. And then you can go ahead and change it from a financial analysis to just a flyer. Put any purchase price information you need. And then we have broken up the field information based upon more of an asset. So land fields, building fields, and then you'll see fields like this, industrial fields and retail fields. Now, again, if you're bringing information in from Marketplace or you're bringing information in from the CRM, it will automatically populate right into this. Now, from here, we can go right to the presentation tab and we can create a one-page flyer. Just go over here and go to File, Templates, and we're going to come over here and say Sale Brochure, and we can open that and we'll see here's a different cover page because that's what we wanted to use, a different cover page for that one. And this is going to be our one-page flyers. Or again, you can always go ahead and load your own customized templates like I have here on this one, and it will keep a saved page for you how you want to do that. We give you a tremendous amount of different ways to showcase that information. Same thing, you want to do 5-year, 10-year, 20-year calculation. You don't want to go through the time-consuming method of Excel or Argus or another solution that your clients just can't understand. This program, Guide Me, will walk you through how to calculate the value of land and what does annual appreciation mean, what does reinvestment rate mean, and what do all these calculations combined get you, and then how would you work that. If you have a property and you have any spaces for lease, if you won this assignment and we're managing the building and we go ahead and we fill the vacancy in Freighter Motors, but Finn Technologies or Finn Industries now is going to be vacant, I can simply select their vacant property and I can go back out to presentation, and now I can show that space available for lease. There's no other system that I know of that can create one flyer and then show that available space in 30 to 45 seconds later and then take that space to market. It's absolutely incredible in what you can do. And then if you ever want to show a client what it would be like instead of leasing that building, if they purchase that building, we can go ahead and do those calculations for you. You can add the information in here for escalations, reimbursements, TIs, renewals, and more. You also can import any data simply from an Excel spreadsheet. So if you have your rent roll in there, you can do that. Any expenses that you may want to add, you can add those expenses. They're plug and play. Simply just go ahead and click those informational bits. Any debt services you may have, so different loans that you want to show on there. And then it's going to give you all your charts, graphs, and everything that is going to put it into a persuasive, and I have a hard time saying that word, persuasive presentation for you. We have custom brand. So if you're part of Coldwell Banker, C21, Sperry CGA, CBRE, Cushman Wakefield, Jones Lang LaSalle, NAI, Marcus Millichap, we have a lot of your branding in here. Just ask us to apply it and we'll apply it right to your account. Your account will be fully branded with your information so you can have a beautiful brand. On these presentations, you have a lot of flexibility. So if you want to add in property highlights, you can. But you know what, Matt, I'm actually not selling this property. I'm going to be leasing this property. Can I change information? You can. You can change some of the information on these pages, depending on whether it's a customized page or more of a standardized template. And it gives you the ability to change the information from property highlights to available spaces. You can zoom in and zoom out of the map on some of them, and you can even draw on the page. So if you want to add your own text boxes, you can add your own text anywhere on these pages. It also allows upwards to 4 brokers. Simply select preferences, come down here to contacts, and you can choose up to 4 alternate contacts. Now, depending on the cover page you're using, landscape or portrait is going to decide whether or not you can have 4 contacts that are not or not. But you can have myself, who works at initial 3 development, and then I can have Jeff, who works at spin technologies, him and I can broker together, and we can go after one of the big houses, and we can do it with RealNex simply by just plugging Jeff down here as a secondary broker. You can also customize each one of your packages if you want to, if you're not using our custom branding. And then international settings. So if you're in a different country or your client speaks a different language, impress them with changing from English to Spanish to French or Portuguese. Auto exchange for square meters and square feet. So it does give you a lot of flexibilities. We give you awesome sectional pages. Now these sectional pages like this is kind of like, I don't know how cool that is. But anytime you select one of these pages, if you see a section over here on the right-hand side, and let me try to highlight this, you're going to see this little button that says Edit Page. Do me a favor, curiosity gets us all. Just simply go ahead and select Edit the Page. And in here, we can change property overview to anything we want. We can change section 1 to section whatever. And we can go ahead and we can put a custom photo in here. So if we want to add a photo, you can add any one of your photos that are inside of your package right into the inside. And now you can have that form fitting right in there. So again, my photo here is probably not made for that, but you can change and customize the look and feel on each one of these sectional pages. You can drag and drop as many of those sectional pages as you want. Anytime you want to add additional pages, you can simply hit Add Pages and drag and drop. We give you custom pages. We give you global custom pages. And global custom pages are fantastic because it gives you the ability to add photos, but maybe we want to change the photo where we drag the photo over here, or we drag the photo over here. Maybe we want to go ahead and we want to drag the photo up or drag the photo down. Or maybe we want to add in text instead of just a photo, so we have text in a photo. Maybe we want to add a button or social media. We can do that all with simply dragging and dropping the information right in the program, as you can see. And most of you probably know I'm not a technologist, so it's relatively easy. Property description will pull from different portions within our program. Property photos, we give you the ability to have multiple photos on a page. We can even show you the number of pixels it takes, and this is really light, but right here, it tells you how many pixels or how many inches in order to create the photo, because how many times have we seen a package and the photo is bad? We're going to tell you how many pixels, how many inches, or how many centimeters that photo needs to be in order to fill that space up properly, and we're going to show that right here, and now you can see those pixels. We're giving you demographics pulled from the Census Bureau and Geolytics, 1, 3, and 5 mile radius, and you can choose what you want to showcase. So in this case, we just want to showcase some housing, and we want to show a map on here and no footer. You can change and customize these with a click of a button. Business mapping with logos. This is huge, guys and gals. Select business maps, click on restaurants, and hit the backspace button. When you do, it's going to blank out the business types, and it's going to pull them all in here. As you click these different business types, it'll show the logo if there is a logo. If you want to go ahead and you want to pull in a radius or a polygon, you want to show the parcels and show how it's, 3 parcels of land, but it can be, sold as a complete portfolio, or maybe you can split it up, or maybe it's a piece of land that's complete contiguous. Gives you the ability to do that, and you can even add your own text by clicking on that little text box right there. You can also add some other things right in that map just by clicking a few buttons. Locational maps, regional maps, and then we give you all the great things like executive summaries, pro forma summary, so we can show what is just actual, what does your actual financials look like? What are your market? We've seen some really interesting market over the last couple of years. Someone was mentioned like 40% upside pro forma, which was hilarious, and it was true on a tweet that I saw. It was hilarious. But anyways, this gives you the ability to put in your actual versus market, or just your actual. And then we give you things like the ability to change the report title, and then change the vacancies and property management fees, and then put your notes on the pro forma. Put in resale snapshots and integrate your comparables directly in here. I was talking to a client this morning. He says, Matty, we're finding out a lot of the data that we're getting from these data providers are, 30% at best. Is it the smartest move to create my own comparables with inside of RealNex? And I said, heck yeah. One is, if you're in a non-disclosure state, it's solid gold. 2 is it fully integrates into your offering or your presentation. And it's going to chart it out just like it did here for me for cap rate and price per square foot. And then you're going to be able to see the different properties on here as well as add notes for it. And then you can even show the different depreciation. So if you have above average or below average property when you're creating your valuation, it'll take that into account. It'll even map the properties for you. All your cash flow analysis up to 20 years can be auto calculated based upon your income and expenses. You can add graphs in there like your unit mix breakdown and how does the unit mix break. Maybe you want to look at a multifamily property, but you're really not game with, you know, a multifamily property that's all 1 bedroom. You want to see something that has a decent mix of 1 bedroom and then 2 and 3 bedrooms. Internal rate of return. So here's your IRR. Some people love it, some people hate it. You can take it in or take it out. Cumulative wealth. Let me build a graph for you real quick. Look at that. See how good I am? I'm building graphs for everybody here in 10, 15 seconds. Let me build you another graph. So we give you these beautiful layouts that are in there, and then Jeff and the team have done a great way to go in and build these. And let me see if I can sneak into this staging account real quick. Let me go to, I gotta learn how to type. Staging, let me go to RealNex staging, let me log in. Inside of staging is aware that a place that we can go ahead and we can test the different layouts and show you what they look like. And inside of the staging, Jeff and the team were super kind to go in here and create. Jeff, how many of these different templates have you guys
What
created?
we did is for every property type, Matt, you see all the hospitality. You have broker opinion of value, landscape portrait. You have a for sale flyer. You have everything you need for land. Everything's portrait, landscape. Everything has every different use case, whether it's a flyer, multi-page brochure, a development analysis, a sale leaseback analysis, an opinion of value, and the full offering memorandum or presentation. So everything you need in the box. You can then take what we think is the best practice based on the research that we've done and make it your own. So you take it from the RealNex template, you can then make it your personal template, and you can tweak it, customize. You might want to change the order, you might want to add a page or delete a page, but we give you out of the box everything that we think you need to do each one of these services and presentation types. Now, one of the questions that we had was, Matt, stay there, just go back to the cover page for a second. Notice that on the top right, your logo sits, and in the bottom left, there's another logo placement. The audience is asking about, well, I'm an SIOR or CCIM, or I have a team. You can put in corporate logo in the top right and your personal team logo or your designations and affiliations in that bottom section. So you're able to have that multiple branding that you need to showcase and position yourself as you'd like to in the marketplace.
So Jeff, how much extra does that cost? Because most companies charge an extra $200 to do that. What does it cost to get that done?
I know you got to raise that price, Matt, don't you? Get great value. You know what? We turned it around and just give it to you. We give you all of these templates right out of the box with the customization that you need, no additional cost.
Yeah, and again, look, the reason I'm asking Jeff some of these questions, and I know the answers, but it's incredible that, you know, we don't want to be digging into your pocket every time. We want to see your success. We want to be a part of it. If you're part of a main company, but you also have your own branding, great, that's awesome. If you want to represent your designation, like your CCIM as SAOR, this is a fantastic way to do it, but you're still staying within the company guidelines. We give you a lot of the flexibility, and one of the things that people always said is, look, I don't know how to do a sale leaseback, and King James is teaching them how to do it, but then they don't know the layout. Well, now we've eliminated that, and one of the ways that we find out what everybody needs, so if you are a RealNex subscriber, in the right-hand corner, click request. Now, not every feature request is put into the program, but we do look at them and we do listen. Or you can email me, msmith@realnex.com, and I'll email Jeff every day until it gets done, which could be never. But all this stuff comes from you guys and gals. You're saying, hey, this is what we need. We don't understand how to do this. And then we take action. We put it right in the program. We don't figure out another way to charge you extra for it or do something different. We just want to make this easier and more efficient. You have a company disclaimer, no problem. Well, we can tie into your company, and your company disclaimer can be populated right in the program. And one of the things that everybody said is, look, we're tired of using these business mapping programs that do not provide logos. I'm a marketing director, and I manage 40 brokers and I have an icon library. Well, that's not fun. Now they can use our program and there's your logo. But, you know, Matt, we want to be able to change the logo, and we want to be able to make it smaller, or we want to make it bigger. You know, we want to have padding or size or covers. You can change all this information. You can even add a custom logo on there if you want. So we do give you a tremendous amount of flexibility with still coming with an easy and streamlined process. Recently, I had a client say to me, Matt, I want to sign up for your program, but if I'm too busy to create this package, do you offer a service? We have a concierge service that can help you with that. You can message your local rep and ask them about it. But if you do have RealNex Market Edge, you need a package created, we can do it for you for a small cost. We don't take a 30% house split. We do it again for a small cost. So we are here to help you with that and to make sure you're getting the most of the program. And then again, if you have any questions through here, there's support. Your local rep is here to help train you and make sure you make the best out of it. And then we do have all the videos to walk you through the program. But we also give you the definitions for a lot of the financial side of things. So you can explain to your client what a sensitivity analysis is and how it works. And here is a sensitivity analysis for you so you can take a look at it. But we try to take all the hard work out. And hopefully this is going to give you a way that you can make a very persuasive presentation, and think about it as stages. Your initial flyer that you give your client is a handout, and then your presentation to win that landlord assignment or to win that lease assignment. You don't have to just use this for sales. This can be used for sales, leasing, acquisition, syndication, development. You can use this to sell a business. I have business brokers that are like, how do I use this to sell a business? It doesn't make sense. Yeah, it does. You positively can, especially if the business goes along with the asset. So you have a business and the property together. This is a fantastic way to do that. And if you have P&Ls, no problem. You just go ahead and select your PDF down here, drag your attachment over, and it uploads your PDFs, and it form fits your P&Ls right into your program. So you can use this for all kinds of things. If I was single, I'd probably use this for my dating profile. So anybody have any questions, Jeff, that we want to go over? Hopefully we use the time wisely, that everybody can understand how to do it. Also, if you do share a deal with another client that uses Market Edge, you can send them the complete financial analysis right through our real estate exchange program. You can email it to them. And if you have an analysis problem, you can even send over your analysis to King James to look at.
So Matt, can you create a website from this offering?
Yeah, that would be really cool if you can create a website. Positively you can. So you can do a couple things. One is you can create a website. You can choose what you want to include, like investment, financials, charts, graphs. Include package on there or not. You want to show photos, great. And we can go ahead and update those. And then we can view that. Well, what if I want to put this in an email and I'm not a good emailer? Well, no problem. You click email and it's going to go ahead and give you the code, copy that HTML, and now you can put that right in your real campaigns in your CRM, and bada bing, bada boom, you got it. All your properties, now it does one for all your properties, not just one of your properties that you have inside of there. So you can do that. You can also, we have an Analyze Now widget. So if you have your own website, we can even put this website right on we can even put this Analyze Now widget on your website on a website. We can embed this right on there. You can copy this script, give it to your web developer. And if you don't have a web developer, no problem. Just call us and we can do it here for you. We do have a web development team here that helps create custom commercial real estate websites. Also, don't forget there's other integrations into Marketplace to your website to your deal room. We have the tour book app, we have virtual reality and all kinds of other things to embed something in for a hyperlink. Just click on any one of the photos and just say add, remove link. You can add a link to a drone video, your website, your deal room, or anything else right in the program. Again, we give you a tremendous amount of flexibility. You can change your cover pages in the middle. So if you created a cover page and you're like, hey, I want this to be landscape, no problem. You can change it to landscape, and it does not affect your design. You don't have to redo it. If you want to change your cover page, you don't have to redo everything. It form fits it and it rebuilds the whole package for you. A lot of systems out there you have to change.
And one of the things, if you go into that file menu, you can save different versions, and if you can do different scenarios for your financial analysis, but if in the file, you can save your OM as a portrait, you can save it as landscape, you can save a sort of a mini version of it or a full-blown version of it, and you can have different iterations of it for each property. And then you have everything at the ready. You don't need to build it once, you build it once, save it, and then use it, and you're good to go. One other thing before we wrap up, I think if you could just go back to that custom page, because I think there's something there that we didn't show, and we went over it pretty quickly. But if you go into custom page, I think this is very helpful. Just you pick a page and go into this and show the examples and show sort of the different use cases that this what you might want to do and what you can do. You can obviously tweak it and make it different and customize it further, but we give you all of these templates right out of the box again, so you can create different formats with no work. But if you want to tweak it, you can obviously adjust it as you'd like.
Yeah, it's drag and drop. I mean, it's not hard to use. And if you need help, we're here to help you. And we don't take it.
And within those widgets that you had, if it says data, if it's coming straight from your data, you're not having to enter anything. If it's bullets, it's coming from the bullets that you've built, or property highlights, it's coming from that. So again, those widgets are automated. So some things will give you sort of a blank slate, others will give you information coming straight from the system.
Now let me go over one of the things that I really wanted to go over. So I had a client semi-recently, and he said, "Hey Matt, I need help doing a financial analysis." And I go, "Man, I'm heading out. I got to go pick up my kid." And he goes, "I got it all done, but I got to create the whole presentation." And I go, "Click dashboard," and he did. And I go, "That's mobile friendly." And he goes, "What? It's who?" And I go, "Yeah, it's mobile friendly." He goes, "Dude, I don't need to create the presentation. This is all I need to show." And he was able to take this information, pull it up on his iPad, because it form fits to your mobile device, TV, whatever it is, and he was able to show the cash flow right on there. So it was really cool. Within a matter of minutes, he took his income and expenses and financials and assumptions and was able to show this to a client on an easy to read dashboard. You can go into the charts, and it's all, what do they call that, Jeff? Responsive. So it responds to the size of your screen, so you can use this. And he's like, "Dude, insane." He did not need to go through creating that whole persuasive presentation, because that's all he needed to do is say, "Hey, look, here's a loan reduction, $3 million." And when you put your mouse over it, it shows the debt. And he was blown away, absolutely blown away. So
this was the persuasive presentation. It did it right out of the dashboard.
Okay, see, that's why I have Jeff on here, because he's way smarter than I am. But this is incredible because it's on your mobile device. Pull it up in your client's office and log into their office screen and show them how much money they're losing out by not selling their building or buying the building or leasing the building. And then lastly, let's hear your success stories. Recently, we heard a client, I got an email, client that utilizes RealNex, and they're an amazing team, just closed $1 billion in sales this year with their small team. Absolutely incredible. Now, we can't take all the credit, but it is nice to see that our users are having some tremendous success. Also, if you have any struggles, any failure points or anything, we want to hear about it. We want to hear it, and we want to help you. We're here to guide you along that way. We live, eat, and breathe commercial real estate. So appreciate everybody coming on. Is there any other questions that we want to go through, Jeff, today?
I think we've got it covered today. We covered the questions along the way, and I appreciate everyone joining us. Matt, thanks for taking the tour, and we'll be back. We'll take a break next week. We have SIOR. We'll be at SIOR, so if any of you are in Dallas, come by and say hello. We'd love to meet you first in person, and show you some of the great new tools that we have while we're at the exhibit hall there. And then we'll be back on the 27th with the continuation of our series. So look for emails coming up. One of the teams that we have, I think you'll enjoy, Bob Knackel and his team. They're going to do a mastermind session for us. I think it is the 10th of November. It's going to be fantastic. Top producing team out of Manhattan, perennial top producers, and you're going to love what they do and how they research the market, how they use the comps and the information to analyze markets, to advise their clients, and to continue to win and execute at the top of the market. So that's going to be a great one. So don't be sure to join us for that. We will have information coming out in the next week or so. So look forward to seeing you future sessions. Thanks, Matt. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.